just some small town dads living in the White Mountains.
And now, time for Small Town Dads Podcast. To my right, he's the co-hostess with the mostest, weighing in at 169 pounds of pure sexual muscle, standing at an incredible height at 5'6".
Mostly.
Give it up for my man, Gabriel Nelson.
Oh, yeah, bro. And in the red corner, standing at a height of moderate to average, weighing American, the mean bean of the White Mountains, the long braided hair Blackbeard, Jason Mimosa, Tranny Trejo. Give it up for Jesse Regalado.
Yes.
And we're the sexually transmitted dads.
That's right, baby. STDs coming at you.
Hey,
Episode lucky number 7.
Number 7.
Awesome. This is great. It feels like, again, I say this all the time, but man, we're really rolling.
It's just like a routine now.
I love it. It's part of my hump day.
I was so nervous for the first couple, and now I just look forward to coming and saying whatever the hell comes to my mind. I used to show up with a notebook and kind of a plan. Now I just show up with the beers and the weed.
He's got his phone, beers, weed. That's all we need.
And hit record, baby.
And then roll it. So yeah, man, I'm excited. You know, I even had to push off other plans for Wednesdays just because I want to, now it is, like you said, it's just a part of
it's
part of the
stone.
thing.
It's almost not like it's a job. It's not the way I see it, but it's like
an
obligation.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I proclaimed it an obligation. You weren't like, you need to fucking be here
No,
Wednesdays
I
by
didn't.
noon, you son of a bitch. He did, but he made me sign something that said I couldn't say that.
That's true. I did.
Yeah.
But
A non-dickhead agreement.
hey, well, you got to have them. You got to have them. You never know what kind of STD is going to try to fuck up your whole life.
Right. And I was recently an asshole because of Wednesday. I was recently invited to a get-together.
Yeah, me too.
And I read the message, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'll let them know I do things that day.
Mm-hmm.
But I never responded. And then I ran into them yesterday. And
That's the worst.
And we were talking about the podcast. I'm like, yeah, we're going to record our new episode tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, so you're not coming? I'm like, oh, shit. No, I just forgot to respond to you.
Oh, no.
2, like, I've been all over the place. And at that point, it just sounds like excuses.
Yes.
And so I feel bad about that. And I'm sorry.
I was late, too, on the response. I think it might have been the same thing. It was a Wednesday cookout.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to, hang out, keep up with, the
homies, the fellow comedians.
You know it. But yeah, I mean, now with tournaments and shows, and we're planning on going off the mountain to do comedy, like, yeah.
Just life in general. It's getting busier up here.
It is.
It's getting harder to find time.
Yeah, it is. And, but yeah, it's not that I wanted to not hang out, man, but I don't know if you do this, but a problem with like my smartphone or my watch or like my phone, when I slide down, I can see the message. And then, like, my mind already sends it, but I didn't send it.
Yeah, technology hasn't come that far yet.
Oh, my God. Not yet. I get that Neuralink,
that's
baby.
That's scary, though, because you'll get a message and be like, oh, this fucking guy. And then I would send to them.
No, damn it.
Like, oh, they never leave me the fuck alone. Damn, their wife is hot.
Oh,
it'll get us in too much trouble.
I love it. But, yeah, I mean, I think some guys would be like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, my wife. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Or like, there's always that one dude that's like off key hitting on your lady that just goes, "You're such a lucky man,"
he's so lucky.
which is just key for
Like grabbing her ass. Oh,
Yeah.
you're such a lucky dude. God, you're so
on
lucky.
the lower back.
Man.
You're so lucky. She's so sweet. Yeah, I know, man.
Just treat her like one of those show dogs of the thing. You know, they're just like, oh man, woo, this is a nice one.
Walking through the obstacle course, goes through
Around the bar, between the tables.
do a little spin, give her a treat at the end, a shot.
Good girl, good girl.
Our ladies are not our pets,
No,
and we are lucky men.
we are very, very lucky. You know, some of us double lucky, and you know, I just, yeah. Without our ladies, I don't know if we would be. I wouldn't know if I wanted to do this. You know,
Yeah, I would be an absolute fucking disaster.
Yeah.
I'd be a mess. I rely on this now.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Like,
So-
she knows where my shit is when I swear I put it in the same spot I always do.
Right. So yeah, we are lucky men. I know.
I couldn't date again. I don't know. I couldn't. I'm so used to the comforts that I have, and you
I
can't
couldn't
do
do
that
it.
while you're dating.
I can't do it.
Like when you're getting to know someone, you can't just like walk up and motorboat them,
Mhm.
or fucking.
I do understand those old guys now.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like I don't have time for this.
No.
Wait, no, I don't have time to catch Tinder. We're fucking starting this bonfire, baby. That's where I'm at. Let's just go right to it. Enough of the foreplay.
We're drinking beers and fucking. If you don't like it, I'm gonna be here drinking beers.
I'm all out of beers. No, it's great. I think back on my dating days, and I was extremely lucky. I feel like, I mean, I wasn't the best date, because I was in toxic relationships, and I'm sure I'd had my part in it, But today,
I've totally been the toxic one.
with the apps and I think dating right now is just so commercial. It's like an assembly line of fucking.
No, it is. Well, because you just pick one, go to the next one. Like those people, the quality checkers on the assembly line.
Mhm.
They go through, fucking pick one, pick the bad one, take it
Yep,
off.
yep. But if you think about it in comparison, I'm sure there's grandmas out there that were whores, and even them, they had like 5 partners their lifetime. Some people out here now, that's a week.
They got kids with fucking 20 plus body counts by
Yeah.
the time they're 19.
Yeah. Oh man,
Dude, I had slept
They're
with
so
like,
lucky.
I had slept with like 2 people by the time I was 19.
bad. Yeah. One person for me.
Yeah.
And then I got married to that person. So,
Sounds like
I'm an idiot.
we were the type that they let us hit, and we're like, I love you.
Yeah, I wanted marriage. I wanted the whole. I was in religious families, so I wanted
Gay?
the whole. Starting early, I love it. How fucking we're only 8 minutes in. And you...
Yeah, you're talking about one.
That's great.
Wanted a family right off the bat.
Well, I was trying to do that. That was what you were supposed to do. Find a lady, settle down. And then get a good job and
That's why
raise
most
a
of our
family
parents are
and-
divorced now.
Yeah, it did not work. It did not work for me. I'm sure I know people it's worked for, but man, it did not work for me. But yeah, I couldn't imagine dating today. Even with the pros and cons of the dating when I was going and doing my thing, chasing skirts, whatever.
Because it was still a little bit digital when we were younger and
Mhm.
dating, but it wasn't as convoluted.
Yeah.
There wasn't who you were dating was on like 4 different apps talking to like 5 other different people.
Yeah.
And if they were, it was like on MySpace.
Right? Yeah, I mean the
Or My
accessibility is wild to have that many people that just might be interested in fucking you at your fingertips.
The amount of people that want nothing
Nuts.
but that.
Yeah, that's
Like,
man. What a day and age,
Dude. I know, and
Maybe I do want to know.
when I was that age, that's what I was hoping for.
Right? No, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and it was
No,
not.
It was not that. No,
And now
it wasn't bad. But yeah, maybe
you still had to go out into public to an extent.
Yes.
And like see someone face to face.
Yes.
Not just walk into their fucking, room or meet them at a bar and go out to the car.
Oh man, now you can cast a wide net while you're shitting on the toilet. It's amazing.
And pull in at least 3.
Yeah, exactly. Because when I was dating, I did the, the smooth talk. I tried that. I tried the. I try to get creative as far as where to take them.
Try and say cute things and text messages.
Yeah, you know, a little and work. You know, you gotta work. So
I used to be good at it. I used to have game.
yeah, see,
I
yeah,
got no game anymore.
You're
I don't
not
have.
playing
I don't
anymore.
have need to have game.
Exactly. You don't need to have game. When you've won.
Yeah.
There. But there was girls that I knew when I worked in the service industry or just bartending or whatever. You know, there's always these women that would talk about their stories of like if they were just hungry,
Yeah.
they would go on a date with a guy because they know they're gonna get a free meal.
Straight the
It's
fuck
like-
up.
It's pretty crazy because like I've never thought of like that was not my experience where it's like
or just be able to say the
"Oh."
phrase like, "Oh, I need some." Like, I'm gonna go get some tonight.
Yes.
It has never ever been that simple for me.
Nope.
Like, yeah.
I'm saying no for you. No, just
Yeah.
kidding. No, not for me either.
Because at least with dudes, I see it when I'm behind the bar all the time. It's very, very apparent when a dude's out trolling for some.
Oh my god.
Because they're like a fucking pinball,
Oh
and it's
my
disgusting. They
God.
get turned down by one, go right to the next, and do the same shit.
Ugh.
Like, I think girls are more methodical about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe not methodical, but just know
Yeah, you're
that
giving them too much credit.
once they pick, it can happen. It's probably
Oh no, you're right.
gonna.
Yep.
Like, I've fallen for it.
No, they choose.
100%. And even if I know that I'm just that piece of meat, I still fall for it.
Oh yeah. We're weak beings.
We are.
You know, I mean, men like to portray themselves as fucking strong.
All we know is orgasm and
Nope.
sleep after.
That's it. That's all we're simple. We're simple
It
creatures.
doesn't take much.
Does not take much at all. You know, so yeah, I do not envy those out in the dating market today. You know, it seems like yeah, there could be pros, but a lot of the cons I hear, you know, abuse is a big thing with those apps.
Yeah.
You know, because like those apps don't give a shit. They're not going to be tracking, like you know. Oh wait, a woman complained about this guy.
I was just
We should probably take him off the fucking thing.
I was just listening to what's that dude's name? DeFranco.
Oh,
video
Philly
today.
D, yeah,
Shout out.
yeah,
Very informative.
Oh,
That-
he's great.
The company that owns like Tinder and all the other fucking ones.
Yeah,
Are getting back-
OK Cupid, and
Yeah,
all that.
and
Yeah,
the company is Match Group, and they pretty much are under ridicule for allowing offenders on their site without a proper background check and letting people who have been reported for abuse, drugging, the R word, back on under new IPs, new emails,
Oh no,
and they're not doing shit about it
Of course,
because it's keeping
keep
them
that
in
machine
business.
going, baby.
No,
Yeah,
that's fucking gross.
that is disgusting.
And it's scary if you're really out there. Say you do just want to go and fuck and have a good time.
You should
You
have
go
that right.
out and get drugged and fucking kidnapped or beat up or even killed.
Oh man,
Like, at least if you meet someone face to face, you can usually sometimes get a vibe that something is weird or off, unless they're a full blown fucking sociopath. But
I think it's Russian roulette of dating.
oy, it's
Like
freaky.
Exploding kittens.
I'd
good
rather
game.
take exploding kittens than online dating.
Yeah, you're right.
I've seen people leave the bar with multiple people in one night.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Pe-
I mean, besides me.
Yes. You left with both people that are with you.
I did. That's
I'm talking
true.
about someone who went
Oh
out.
wait, people go in with nobody and walk out with multiple people.
No, they go in with nobody, go out with someone,
Uh-huh.
come back alone, and go out again with someone.
Oh yeah.
And like it wasn't long enough for
That's
shit to
that
get
small
cleaned
town
up.
grit.
That's freaking
Oh
nasty.
no.
That is nasty. I mean, unless you're into it. Some people are into it.
Some people are just yeah, they're just trash pandas.
It's okay to be a whore, but be clean.
I don't whore shame. I don't slut shame. You know,
Let's get
it's
into
like some White Mountain Watch.
White
Let's keep
Mountain
it going.
Watch.
Yeah.
I hate it every time.
I
I know it's
know,
coming, and I
I
fucking
know.
hate it.
All right, so I got a few. Nothing crazy, but near Shumway, there was
Shumway's between Snowflake and Sholo, right?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
I'm pretty
think so.
sure.
Pretty sure. But in that area, there was a car chase. You know, this guy was going. Let's see, 180 mile. Sorry, 180.
Oh my god.
108 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour
So
zone.
nonetheless,
65.
that's fucking fast.
It's fast. And eventually, I mean, so they're on him. He pulls over and then runs on foot. And they needed to get backup. Let's see, it was like within 2 hours, I believe, they had to wait for backup. Find the
That
guy.
dude's gone.
He's running.
He's way gone.
No, but no.
Because some ways, there's not much there. There's some
How much can you run before it's? I mean, because it's just open space. So if you're like, I mean, I feel like he ran as much as he could for like 10, 15 minutes, and then just had some distance, and was just like, I wonder if they're gonna go away, and then
Is my wanted level gone?
yeah, exactly.
How many stars do I have right now?
Oh, I'm not wasted yet.
So did they end up after 2 hours waiting 2 hours for backup?
Well, they were waiting for other people.
When there's police,
he's doing this like
there's police on either side in both cities,
mm-hmm.
and it's only a 25-minute drive between each city. What the hell?
Yeah, and it says a few hours later. That's what it says. I don't know how long, but they were searching the location of where he took off. After a few hours later, they got him. And he straight up admitted to running and making stupid decisions.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly. But
did they say how they caught him? Did they find him in a house?
No, they
under a
didn't
tree?
say. It was just
No, we need more
hot chase, and then all of a sudden foot chase, and then
we need
he
more
was.
answers.
I know. I mean, we should start getting some of the police officers in here.
Right?
That'd be awesome.
Smoking dabs.
Yeah, just hanging out, chilling, talking about some stories. That'd be
But
awesome.
I gotta change my name.
Oh, do you do? Oh, right.
Speaking of car chases, though, it sounds like it might just be a little trend. We had another car chase
Ooh.
in Sholo that went from Sholo all the way to White River.
Okay.
Somebody called 911 saying there was this car driving crazy around the Cattleman's area, like swerving in and out of traffic, hit some cars.
Damn.
They track down the car, they pull him over, and when they pull him over, the guy hops out of the car and is like, I got a fucking bomb in the car if you come any closer.
Damn.
And then he hops in the car and takes off again. But at that point, they terminated the pursuit, which I'm guessing for safety reasons.
Well, the guy's got a bomb, and
yes.
And
then I'm guessing I don't know where this place is in White River.
Uh-huh.
But the Carrizo gas station.
Shout out
if you want to sponsor the pod. He hijacked a moving truck from a family with children, or with a child.
Damn.
Took the rental truck.
With a child.
Now, I'm hoping he threw them out of the truck. It doesn't say if he took off with them.
That's what I do in GTA.
Yeah. Take off with them in it and then hit something so they fly through the windshield. But not with a child. Just adults.
Just elderly.
But then it sounds like they caught up to him. They arrested him. Sholo gave him charges, and the Apache Nation gave him charges. But I can't presume they're light charges.
No.
Like, that was a legit GTA scene, and I don't know how we missed it.
No. Yeah. Oh, man, that is nuts. Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
You want to go start a police chase and live stream it?
Oh, man, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Had like our own version of Cops. Yeah, you remember Cops. Come on. Bad boys. Yeah, that'd be awesome to have something like that up here. I'm curious. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we kind of tarnished that. It's like if we were to go to the local PD and be like, hey, can we ride along? Can we just ride along and record and do it? I would love to do that, but
because we could definitely go on a ride along.
We can, but yeah,
but I don't know if they would let us document it in that way for what we're doing.
Well, I mean, they have body cams. Like, it's one of those,
but also like where it's not illegal to go into a public office and record.
Yes.
I don't know if we can do that in cop cars with them.
I don't know either.
That scares me. I don't know if I'd do it. You could do it.
I would just love to be in the cop car without.
Imagine you being on the ride along and it's me that they arrest.
We pull up to One-Eyed Jacks.
In the back of the cop car today with me, our co-host.
That'd be great. Welcome in the back of the seat. Yeah. Well, so I also there was a bunch of complaints.
People like to do that here.
Yeah, there's a lot of complaints. Sometimes, it's just a person that's bored and wants to complain about something.
Was the music too loud?
Yeah, exactly. One of them was there was a group of kids from the yearbook club that were snapping some pictures. That's what they do.
Those bastards.
They had a right. those monsters. They were taking some pictures of a train by Copper State, and they had somebody file a complaint or call the police, and they had to go investigate. In their defense, it was like 6:30.
Was it a stopped train or an?
Yeah, it was just a train, but because they were on the train tracks and stuff, like they actually had cause for them not to be there.
It is illegal.
It is illegal. So they had to tell all those kids. I think there was like a dozen.
No, fuck that. Don't artistically stifle them.
No, you're right.
Or give them all felonies.
Yeah, one or the other has to happen. Not, you guys can't be here, go home. It's either, no, you guys are all going down, or, you know what, I want to see that artistic edge.
Now, did they, trespass anything? Because I know, obviously, you cannot just walk up on train tracks.
Oh, you can't?
I'm pretty sure you cannot, no.
But you can drive over them?
I mean, through legal areas.
Oh, that's true.
But, my question, was it just one train car that was stopped and empty on a track, or was it attached to a fully stopped, loaded train?
From my understanding, the train was stopped. I don't know how many segments of this train was there. I don't know if it was the caboose, okay?
Because I feel like in Winslow, there's lots of areas with, single train cars that are, abandoned.
Yeah.
That are, easier and probably more accessible
to
go and fuck with. But if it's just a train stopped waiting for the crew to come, they really could have gotten in some trouble.
Yeah, that makes sense. A resident walking with friends called the police.
Snitches.
Yep, snitches. Reported seeing a man acting strangely at the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. The caller said the man was making odd movements and dancing around as if he was on something.
Oh, so freaking liking to dance means you're on drugs?
Duh. Everyone's on drugs on TikTok.
Well, you never just stood in front of a church and went like this? It's fucking exhilarating.
I do it inside churches. I don't know. The chicken place, not the bill. I just dance in churches. Get my 3-piece. Yeah, they this guy. Oh, the officer just took him home.
Really? See, maybe the officer's like, "Hey, man, I understand that you like dancing, but you can't do it here."
He didn't say which home. He probably took him to his home, and he was like, "Oh, we can dance together." No, I think that's a cool way to get a free ride.
Right?
Just if you get stuck, stranded somewhere, you're drunk,
go dance in front of the church.
Dance in front of a church, and someone's bound to call on you. So that's fun.
See, I had a pharmacy got robbed in St. John's.
Whoa!
Yes. So it looks like the early morning hours of April 7th.
A pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Well, the St. John's drugstore. Apparently.
What would you take?
Oh.
All right, we're going in, right? It's after hours. We break in.
I would take.
What's the first thing you take?
Lean and Percocets.
Okay.
That was my shit.
That's good.
I mean, maybe some Adderall for after I had too much lean and Percocet.
Adderall is pricey, so I would go with that.
And some ibuprofen 800 because your boy's back hurt.
Did you have Viagra?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. There's so many.
That would be fun.
The world is endless.
Yeah. My problem about robbing a pharmacy is I don't know all the medical terms for these substances, so I would spend more time reading.
So you take everything and then Google it later.
Come on.
The more you know. Every person who's done drugs knows how to Google a pill. Come on.
That's true.
But 3 dudes in masks, completely
3
covered.
Dudes.
Or 3 people, I should say.
Okay.
In masks, use a crowbar, opened it up.
Probably illegals.
But as it said, took several thousands of dollars worth of people's prescription medications. Now, if you took grandma's osteoporosis medicine, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm all for sticking it to big pharma, but I'm not for robbing local businesses.
No.
But
they're drug dealers.
They are drug dealers.
I remember I wrote this in just some dirtbags I knew back in the day. They would justify their robbing because they were robbing from drug dealers, bad people. And these are people that sell meth and heroin and whatnot. So, yeah, they always felt like, oh, well, what are they going to do? Who are they going to complain to?
Like
You know?
stealing from Walmart to sell it to the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, right. So but this,
But see, there's part of me that like is okay with that. Maybe not necessarily drug dealing, but stealing from the bad to give to those who are not necessarily bad, just a little bit fucked off.
Robin Hood.
It's some sideways business, but better than stealing from the old folks' home, I guess. I think that's all the crimes I got, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these.
Bunch of DUIs,
a
bunch
lot
of
of
warrants.
DUIs, drug
An
paraphernalia.
18-year-old apparently shot a gun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we had misuse of guns. Well, I mean,
Disorderly conducts.
at least no one like shot anybody. Some of our episodes we had.
The first couple were
Yeah, it
rough
was
crime
pretty
wise.
rough. Yeah. So and then we had one where it's like no one was really doing crimes. So
Yeah.
ebb and flows. It ebb and flows up here in the White Mountains.
Yeah, murder, domestic violence, predators.
So moving on.
Speaking of predators.
Speaking of predators, there was this episode's brought to you by no. There was a
Don't say predators. Don't say predators.
There was a anti-Trump rally. Did you hear?
Yes, I heard.
Yeah, up here, and that's crazy because it was like down the street from the Trump store.
Yeah.
You know, we have a brick and mortar shop for Trump.
Which
up
is
here.
wild because say what you will about this town. Come times like this, like people rally up on both sides, and it's always a pretty massive turnout.
Except when it's a drag show, and I'm the only one left with the sign. Fucking cowards, man. But no,
You know why? Because I don't even think that you mean it. You just want to get the people who really mean it.
I just want to get them riled up. I like to start shit, you know. But no, like they had more than 240 people field the site, which is a lot for our town.
That's not just 240 anti-Trumpers. That's 240 because there's definitely a group.
There's
on
gonna
the
be
other
people
side.
from the other side. You're right.
And I was reading, people were driving by. Some were waving. Some were flipping people off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would have liked to have been there just to see the interactions.
As the protesters chanted, "No Trump, no King, no KKK,
Now,
no fascist USA."
that doesn't sound unreasonable.
I mean,
no KKK sounds unreasonable. Fuck, oh no, I said that way wrong. No KKK sounds completely reasonable.
No, clip it, we're gonna edit it.
Oh no.
That is great.
No,
come on, what's wrong with these people? No Kanye?
No Kanye. No Kanye.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, basically, and from my understanding, there was not a bunch, but there was like a restaurant or two that were refusing service.
Now that is their right.
That's their right.
But how do you? I mean, I guess maybe on that day it was probably easier to distinguish who was who.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to go on with that, do you just do it for that day, or do you turn those people away forever? Like, do you ask now? Were they turning? I'm guessing they were turning anti-Trumpers away. That's just what makes the most sense in my head.
That makes more sense.
So then, how do you ask? Like, someone comes in, like, "Hi, folks, party of four. Are you for Trump?" What?
They come in with signs,
Yeah.
and they're just
You
like,
Democrat? You gay?
No, that's a tricky one. I feel like with the knowing the street, knowing the area, no, there's just you could tell.
So I think at that point you pretty much just establish a loyal customer base that you know, and at that point you're just a freaking click.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of businesses thrive on clicks up here.
Yeah.
You know, there's I've seen people that'll only go to one bar and always go to that bar.
As a server and being in the service industry, to turn people away based on your bias completely negates what we're there to do.
You're right.
If you want to pick and choose who you serve, open a private place like the Moose Lodge or the Elks. Make people pay a membership. Tell them no if you don't want them. That's cool too. You're allowed to do that.
I want to do that.
But if you open to the public, it's not on us to choose who we like and don't like. We're there to fucking feed people, get them drunk, give them something that they're paying us to do.
No, you're right. You're right. That should be a thing.
Get real worked up.
And you're also right that it's not unreasonable that the KKK Sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's like the worst kind of, I don't know, not Freudian slip, because I don't want to fuck the KKK, but that was a slip.
Walking up to it, I wouldn't feel offended. I wouldn't sit there. Now maybe it's different.
See,
Maybe I was really hungry and I was like, I had no gas in my fucking car, or whatever.
Then you put on a MAGA hat and go in and eat.
I mean,
I would do that, but that'd be me just being a dick. Because I could go in and keep everything I feel to myself and enjoy a meal there still.
Same. Yes.
I just think it's a bit ridiculous.
No, it is ridiculous.
Protesters deserve to eat too.
Everyone deserves. I mean, I feel like that'd be a pop in business.
You could have fucking made money.
Why not just make money?
Both sides that
so
day.
It's the same thought that you have as far as being a patron, where you're not gonna. You can keep your shit in, because you can't control.
I don't have to like you to like the steak that you cook.
No, you don't. And so.
And you don't have to like me to take the tip that I leave you.
Exactly. It's that. It could be that simple. And obviously we want whoever's in office to do a good job. If you feel strong about protesting against something that you don't believe, we have that right. A lot of great moments. I mean, even the white people that are here protested against England.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome here. There's bad.
Well, it would be like during COVID, I went to a protest outside the police station.
Was there a drag show at the police station?
Afterwards.
Oh,
but that's beside the point.
Okay, sorry.
Had nothing to do with the protest.
I digress.
Because I was real big on, like, fuck the police. I was just worked up with everyone,
And you were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
But that would be like us doing that. And then us needing the cops and the cops saying, no, fuck you. Remember when you said fuck us? They don't get to do that. And I think as a restaurant or as a place open to the public, some do.
But on paper, they're not supposed to do that.
In the grand scheme of things, yes. And unfortunately, the ultimate end of the argument is they are allowed to.
Man, cops are on a different note. Like, I've had bad encounters with police officers, mainly from the Valley. And then
I've had some really cool ones. After
I switched up, being like, there had to have been something in me going from being on the other side to, like, I all the cops that I've met since my days of, fucking around, like, after I made that change where it's like, no, enough of that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not working. It's not working, and I'm not trying, the whole chaos is doing the same thing over and over again, not, expecting a different result. Yeah. So obviously I had to change something up, completely changed everything. Every cop I've met, fucking totally cool. I approach them differently because I have this different internal picture of them.
Even
now.
when I've been arrested, and since I've not been as much of a fuck up, like I said, unpaid fines, anything.
Sure.
It's a much cooler experience.
Yes.
Not cool, but
no.
You know what I mean, though.
No, you do feel like they're for you as opposed to the other end.
Yes.
Because now you're on the other end, and I didn't see that at the time. It was like, fuck the police. That's what it was, just like your protests, or, it was just one of those, like, yeah, but of course, they're people. There's bad, there's good, people. And instead of me thinking like, oh, I'm doing all these things and I don't want to get caught because then my life's going to be fucked up. It's like, no, I'm a fucked up person. That's why I'm doing these things, and that's why they're looking at me this way.
Yeah.
Once I flipped that, no matter what, even when I was smoking pot when it was not cool, not legal to do so. It's still not technically, but, within the state. Like, even when I was smoking, like, doing something that small, where it's like I'm doing this thing, like, I didn't feel like the cop was against me just because I already made that mental switch.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, I'm still doing something that's technically illegal.
Yeah, I'm smoking weed, and
I'm smoking weed in a church parking lot and dancing weird, but we're good. Like, I don't think...
And you just got to ride home.
I just got to ride home. And I think that's where it's at. I mean, I'm pretty extreme when I was getting stopped by police officers just because of the bad experiences that I did have in the past, where I had my son with me, and he's a teenager, and we're driving down, and I get pulled over. I looked at this as a good teaching moment to help him understand the right way of going with this interaction.
Yeah.
And I had again, because we're in Arizona, I had firearms. I love my firearms. So it's like I I use them for sport. I've never had to use it. I've never had I've always just used it for recreation. I have recreational firearms.
Shooting guns is fun.
Yeah, it is fun. But no, but I realize being on the other end and walking up to someone's car, knowing that we're in Arizona and they probably have a gun, it's like
and especially
it's an unsettling thought.
Having to show a young human how to act in this situation. Because
Yes.
if you act a fool,
Yes,
that's how he's gonna see
they could pop off.
future encounters with police officers.
And I'm not trying to have that instilled in them already. These are
You getting slammed on the hood saying, "I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing."
call your mom.
Yeah.
Around.
Only once have I been like a cocksucker to a cop.
I've been a cocksucker to a couple of
to the point where
Well, no, I didn't suck any of their cocks.
he was
but
driving
I was a dick.
He was driving me to Holbrook, and I was just being a piece of shit. This fucker slammed on the brakes and pulled over and turned around. It was like, I'm just fucking transporting you. I did not fucking do this to you.
Oh, damn.
I do not need to sit here and be talked to like this.
In his car while he's giving you a ride.
Yeah.
Just like, nope. He turned it around.
He did.
He fucking dabbed you.
And I was kind of like, all right, like, fuck.
Fuck.
Would you want to
felt like
rap?
a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You want to rap?
That was one
Drop
of the
a
times
beat.
I was pretty faded when I got arrested that time.
Man.
But I've had cool encounters. I've had cops let me smoke or hit my vape, before they throw me in the holding cell.
I never had that.
But then I've had a cop.
That's your half-white.
Then I have had a cop arrest me on a warrant, let an ex-girlfriend go on an unresolved DUI,
okay.
and then ask that same girl out the next day on Facebook.
That's small town.
That was
small town,
That
baby.
was some fucking shit. I will never forget that. He's no longer a cop here anymore.
Well, obviously.
But no, that was probably one of the worst things. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then when we broke up, she went out with him.
Man, and he used the same handcuffs.
Yeah.
On you.
Yeah, until he realized that he arrested the wrong person.
Oh, that's great. My wife, she basically, we were outside she came over to my house. We were riding bikes. This is when we were just dating. And we're riding bikes in our neighborhood in Surprise.
Gay?
Yeah. That's gay? No. So
was it tandem?
She's ahead. No, I want one though. I think that'd be fun. But she was ahead of me, and I get pulled over by a cop
On a bicycle?
on a bicycle. I'm on a bicycle. They're in a car, and she just takes off because she's a white woman. So she's like, "These lights aren't for me,"
Not even stop to see
Didn't
what's
even
happening
stop.
to you.
She left. But
I can be of no help here.
Not too far. No, she was just doing her own thing. I don't know what she was doing. She was just being a white woman in America.
Cop lights just
on a
don't
bike.
scare her.
No, they don't scare her. I stopped my bike. I didn't have to, but yeah, he and this is like I'm on the sidewalk, and
Did he ask for your license and registration?
no, he asked me for my ID, and basically just asked me what I was doing, and I didn't.
He's
I
like,
felt
you're
like
riding too close to that white woman.
that's exactly what happened.
You following her?
She obviously looked back, realized that I wasn't with her, comes back, right?
Okay.
But she was far enough where I'm having a conversation with this guy already. And it's funny because like I have a cup holder on my bike and it had a beer in it, but
and you can get it.
he didn't even give a shit about did not give a shit about the obvious beer because it wasn't like
he was more worried about you.
He was more worried about me riding closely to this white woman.
This short, small white woman.
Mind you, we have the same bikes. Like we have a he and her set of the same bikes.
She's like, you kill her husband?
So he just, yeah, right? Did you steal this bike from him?
Where's he at?
So she comes back and she's just like, just total white woman energy. Like, what the fuck? Like, just
she's like, don't hurt him. I love him.
No, she was just like, why are you bothering us? Like, and I'm just like, hey, be nice. Like, don't talk to him like that.
Can do that up to
I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's why I got two. They're like my shields now. You know what I mean? I just send them out. So yeah,
I can't wait to see that body cam video of them protecting you.
No, he asked her straight up, like, "Do you know this man?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's my boyfriend."
Imagine if y'all were like prank YouTubers and
Oh
she's like,
my
no, I've never
God.
seen him before.
See, I would respect the comedy factor in that. If she was just like, "Where? No, my boyfriend's white. Why do you have his bike?" You know? Oh man, that'd have been great. But no.
That bike's been locked up for 3 years. My husband died.
Oh, I thought I heard noises in the attic. What the fuck? No, but he straight up stopped me because just he thought it was suspicious that I was riding really close to this white woman,
Yeah.
and yeah, and I completely was totally cool. I mean, obviously, I stopped my bike, kickstand it. You know,
Your ID.
I totally forgot about my beer just because I was like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why is he stopping me? And it wasn't even that late. It was like evening. It was like 6.
In my head, I imagine like sundown.
Yeah.
Dusk.
Sundown. Yeah, I mean, it had to be like, yeah, it was
That's
just
the time people in Surprise ride bikes.
that's
I
when we ride
imagine.
bikes. Yeah, 'cause it's cooler. Yeah, you know, fucking melting. So that was just those instances. Like, I know
So did he just give you like, all right, have a nice day? Did he
That was
give
it.
any other reason?
my mistake. He's like, you just fit a profile, and I got that a lot.
That was a cop
I got
out.
that a
was
lot.
massive
And I
cop
knew
out.
that immediately, where it's just like, no, we've had complaints, and you fit the description.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, what, a Mexican man in Arizona? Yeah, dude. Like,
Surprise.
I get fit anywhere, pretty much, except for South Africa or some shit, wherever Elon comes from. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, this is obvious that you're being this person, but it changed. Something changed me where I'm like, you're just that kind of person. I'm not gonna stoop down to your level because they're gonna beat you with experience.
That's
every
the thing
time.
I always see in all the body cams I watch.
Yep.
Even when the cops are wrong,
Yeah.
the person will still fuck it up for themselves,
Yes.
trying to prove that right.
Yep.
And you just
It's
have
not
to
worth
go
it.
about it properly.
I pick my battles with my exes. You know what I mean? I knew that immediately. Like, these are people that have this power in this situation where it's like there's no good that comes from when things go off the rails.
Mhm.
So I'm like, nope. I'm on your time right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, no, this is what it is. You know,
And
and
do what we got to do.
we're doing it. Yeah.
I got arrested on a warrant, and I had a Vicodin in my little, the coin pocket
Yep.
in your pants.
Oh yeah.
And my dumbass, I had time.
You call it a coin pocket?
Coin pocket, drug pocket, whatever you want to call it. For me, it was my pill pocket.
Yeah.
But in the time he took our IDs and went back to the car, I had plenty of time to eat that fucking thing.
Right.
I do not know why I didn't.
Yeah, that's stupid.
So when he searched me, I still kick myself in the ass.
That's
to this
dope.
day.
That is so dope.
Like, it was a 5 milligram Vicodin. What the fuck? Catching a felony for not eating it. Well, he took it. They arrested me, and it was on my charges.
Mm.
But I don't know if he didn't put it in the report, or he chose not to charge me with it, but put it in the report.
Lucky.
So the judge was like, if you get busted for the same thing in the next 7 years, this charge will come back and be added to it.
Yep.
And I almost think that 7 years is almost up.
We're gonna find out.
I think that
on the pod. They're gonna come back. They're gonna get one of those Sholo PD Cash App calls.
Jokes on
you. Got a warrant.
I don't keep Vicodin in my pocket no more.
I don't even have pockets.
No, but draw the line at ibuprofen 800. If I ever really want to go off the rails, I'll just take 2 of those and have a beer. No, my handful of pills has changed. It used to be like, a couple Adderall, a couple pain pills.
Yeah, I never got into that.
Now it's like vitamin C, Claritin, and Alka-Seltzer.
Flintstone vitamins. No, I love Molly. I love psychedelics.
I liked ecstasy more than Molly.
Well, I mean, so it's all the same thing.
I know, but all the fun shit.
So technically, I love
into ecstasy.
MDMA. Because everyone was at the mercy of whatever plug or friend of a friend, and then once I finally got into that world, I can get pure crystals,
and it's insane.
Having that confidence that that there's no contaminants, there's no foreign materials, There's nothing that can harm you. You know, it's still illegal, but
It's still a massive felony.
it's crazy. But yeah, it there's a difference. There's a different experience.
No, there's not. It's illegal.
No,
No, I'm
of course, and don't do it.
without us.
Yes, not without us.
Let us taste it. Make sure it's good for you
Yeah.
to take.
You can call it illegal. That's fine. Just don't call me late.
Don't call me after you already took it.
Exactly. Don't call me while you're in jail. Like,
I am bailing you out.
no, ain't happening. You know how much MDMA I can get with it?
It's been years since I've taken MDMA.
Well, you're
Probably
not
like,
supposed.
probably like 4 or 5 years.
It's supposed to be like every 3 months.
So
You know.
I haven't had any plans to take it, or I never did that a lot. It was
Okay.
so few and far between, mostly when it would come about.
Sure.
I didn't have plugs who always had it.
So it was like it was a special treat when you did have it.
Yeah, and when I could find it, yeah, we'd fucking party.
But now, because of the scare and everyone worried about things that might be in their substances, cutting agents and whatnot,
Yeah.
it's I mean, what I don't like is the reagents that you can purchase legally. You know, this state, Arizona, from my understanding, again, I haven't looked into this, super recent, but police officers, the way they used to be able to justify the smell or hint of a smell of cannabis to stop you and give you like a cannabis charge was the same thing for having reagents where you're guilty by, like, why would you
No,
need...
when you say reagents, you're talking about, say, like for ecstasy, the things that you have to put into it to push it into a pill?
So no, that's
What
like
does reagents
distribution.
mean?
So reagents are chemicals that you can test your product with.
Oh, gotcha,
To
gotcha.
test what
So if you had the
is
reagents, you were associated
with obviously have. Why would you need these
Yeah.
if you weren't trying to
gotcha.
test your drugs? So that's where I'm like, but that's a health that's a health thing. That's
Yeah.
a like the same, and that's why we pay pharmacists.
I'm making sure bitches ain't getting fentanyl in their shit.
Yeah, so
Well-
there's a lot of clinical reports since these things have been out. There's
Yeah.
times in history where these things were decriminalized.
They were used a lot as medicine.
Yeah, so it's just with the war on drugs,
Heroin,
and
MDMA was used as medicine.
Yes.
Cocaine was used as medicine.
Yep, I mean laudanum was one thing.
What is laudanum?
That's cowboy heroin in a bottle,
Oh, yeah.
but it's a tincture.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're talking about pain management substances. There's different. I mean, when we're talking about entheogens, it's a whole different bag. That's mushrooms, acid, DMT. You know, and MDMA. MDMA is synthetic. You know, so there's not even something you can say like, oh, it's natural. You know, because there's those hippies that are like, oh, these things are natural, so it must be
No,
good. I love weed for that.
Shrooms
Mushrooms.
is natural.
Yeah.
LSD is made in a lab.
Well, no, LSD is natural to a point.
See, I don't know enough about LSD.
It's a fungus called ergot.
Now I've learned DMT has been recreated, but can be natural.
Both, yeah. And the creation.
That's on my bucket list. I really, really want to try DMT.
Well, and it's easy. It's easy to find. They have them in vapes now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't like the vapes. I think it takes away. It's just
See, I don't
you're
know
diluting
I don't know if I get to be
the experience.
a chooser in this when wanting to try it. But unless I could try it, like take it straight from a fucking human brain or a cactus, or like certain trees, isn't it?
Yep, tree bark, roots,
And is the
cacti.
cacti? Okay, I thought so.
Yeah. You also have toads.
Is that DMT as well?
That's like one of the strongest, if not the strongest, the 5-MeO DMT. And that's the one you were talking about that was also created in the lab. So humans science differently. We're still natural beings, just like a toad.
Because can you trip off Can DMT be extracted from a human as the chemical that's released when you're born, dream, and when you die?
Yeah, I'm sure that's why aliens abduct us. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta get their hit. But I don't know anything that's mainstream. It sounds like we go conspiracy when we talk about humans doing that to humans.
Yeah.
But I have no clue. That's a whole other rabbit hole. But as far as what we know, no, we're not trying to pull it from ourselves to give it to ourselves. That's
If anything,
some would argue.
you just got to live a healthy lifestyle and
No,
you'll dream every night and
some
trip
would-
on DMT.
Some would argue that it's that you dreaming or doing breath work, doing like a combination of yoga and
Like those throat singers that reach that point.
yeah, there's and runner's highs. Like
Yeah.
there's ways you might be able to trigger something in you without having substances.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure. I'm envious of those people
Whether it
because
be-
that'd be awesome.
Some people use frequencies or binaural beats.
Yeah,
or-
imagine if like
that's never worked for me.
imagine working out and getting high. Like I would work out all the time
Yeah.
and I'd be beefed.
And
you
people
know,
do like.
but that's what I mean. Those people are in here.
I've
you know?
never gotten a runner's high. I've never
No.
ran long enough.
I felt sick.
Yeah, I stop and I puke.
Yeah. So
Like I get a pain in my side.
yeah, but there's people that are able to find ways to like flip that switch inside of them that gives them this, you know,
Well,
this.
it comes with things like the runner's high, fasting to a
Sure.
certain point. So you pretty much push your body to the point that it can't go anymore.
I mean,
So
sleep
it
deprivation.
goes into I don't know if survival mode. I don't know if that's the right word,
Um,
but it goes into a mode where your brain is pretty much fighting for its fucking life, and that's where
Mm.
you get that high from.
there's a physiological response that definitely changes within you that triggers these internal chemicals that we already naturally produce.
Yeah.
And that is what we call like a high, right? Now, I'm like every other dirtbag apparently in this world where I need to take drugs to get this experience.
You
know,
piece of shit.
I'm telling you, I'm a sinner.
I took him to kill the pain like a real addict.
No, I just did them because I was sad.
That's pretty legit.
It's yeah, okay. But no, like I dabbling in the way I did it. I just wanted to do it precautionally. Like I just wanted to dip my toe in, and now
seems
it,
like the
kids
sa-
call it
The
microdosing. But
safest way to go about it.
yeah,
I did not like microdosing.
I don't
I'm
now.
a macro person.
oh, there you
I'm
go.
All or
Okay,
nothing, baby.
no, yeah, no, you
Like,
go
I don't
all.
just
Or.
eat a gram of mushrooms. I eat a quarter. And
No.
I go through what I need to go through.
I'm about heroic doses, but what does that mean for you? So I don't think there's a standard. I think everyone has their own dose.
That's what led me to being a fully blown addict. Was each time seeing if I could go a little further.
Man, this is fun stuff, you know. But I'm all about like just the same way I love hosting tournaments. I feel like in a place, an environment, in a setting where we're all having a good time, there needs to be a referee. You know, that's how I looked at these things. Where it's like I know people.
Have you ever refereed a tripping party sober?
Yeah, well, that's not fun. You know, like I'm like an old school shaman, baby. I gotta be in there too.
I have had bad trip sitters.
of course.
Because there's always that dickhead that's like,
Ooh,
ooh,
feeling it yet?
did that freak you out? Oh, yeah.
It's annoying.
And I just stare at them. Because
It's
I get
bad.
real quiet. I don't like to talk.
No,
People are like, are you good? Are you not having fun? I'm like, no, I'm having a great time.
I'm the same
But
way.
you got to leave me alone.
No, you're right. No, I'm good on myself by myself. Like I've done like I said, buddies of mine, like we'd meet up and we'll take some substances out and we go camping for the weekend. And we'd always bring shit and we'd never get to it.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it was just everyone's kind of doing their own thing, you know.
It happens.
I've
and everybody
never-
hits their path.
I've never had that like experience with a large group of people, you know, where it's like we're all yes, we're all in love.
Like, we're all good.
This is great. Like, no, it's always like everyone's having a different experience right now. Like, but
like Jimmy's over there crying by a tree.
yeah. Well,
Sarah's out there dancing nude.
tripping with partners can be amazing. You know, I had more good experiences tripping with the partners. You know, because it's like you, especially when you're still in the like honeymoon phase of discovering each other
Yeah.
and the
Now-
the
now-
future's endless. Like there's so many possibilities.
That's love. You
That's
feel
love.
Some
So,
crazy love.
Add a little drop of that, you know, and then boom, you're just yes, yes, yes,
I went
yes.
through that one time.
All green lights.
I
you
went
know?
through that once on ecstasy
Yeah.
with an ex-girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was fucking nothing but like, I love you so much. I want to do this for the rest of our lives.
Right.
And then like
The
couple
drug.
days- yeah.
Yeah.
But we wanted to feel that.
Sure.
and that's almost impossible to get a second time, I think.
I mean,
But I've always done most of my shit alone.
Yeah.
Only I can count on one hand how many times I've tripped with a partner.
Gotcha.
Because I've seen people that were important to me while I was tripping, and I could never like them the same after because I saw something deeper, and it's a fear of mine that someone will see that in me.
I mean, it's in your head.
It
so
is.
take that for
But, like, I
what
saw
it
someone's
is,
aura
but-
once, and it was black, and I couldn't even be their friend anymore.
Yeah, but then you're also saying that you don't like the color black. Or you?
No, I don't like a black aura.
I mean,
That's scary.
what do you know about auras, bitch? It's
that
one
when
of
they're
those.
fucking green, red, or blue, that
Maybe-
it's not that bad.
No, see, that's what I mean. Though it's like we're all trying to use this silly language we call
Don't
English.
use this to make me racist.
No, I mean I'm just taking it out. No, there's always a way to come around. I will make it. I'll just watch me.
Fucking thinks the KKK is reasonable, hates black
Oh,
auras.
that's great.
Real, and in that
I-
case, maybe just that specific one, that intuition was correct.
Maybe you're
And I
right,
was able to see it and feel it in that mind state.
but in a legal setting, you were experiencing something.
I couldn't be like, he's a piece of shit. I saw it on mushrooms.
You can't because
but
now
I'm not going to be in a legal setting on mushrooms.
People have so there was a woman that killed her friend, a potential boyfriend kind of situation. They and this is her just getting too high on weed. And she's blaming yeah, look at your face. That's the same way I look at it as far as someone taking a substance and then feeling a certain way to the point where they're just like there's something.
That substance is heightening something mental in you.
It's who knows? Obviously, it's mental.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's internal. And
I
that
like to think it's a bit intuitive.
we would all like to think, but then you're the person that's the good, and you're finding an evil out here. Yeah, Karis is fucking
we're
evil.
we're all good. We're all good in our story.
Exactly. It was just that's what it seems like to me. First player character syndrome, like the main character syndrome, where it's like, oh, I'm picking something up. You have no fucking. How would you feel if, like you just said, you didn't want
Someone
to be in
told
that
me
situation?
that.
Telling the same thing, But odds are, because math, like someone's gonna say that, and they're gonna experience that, where it's like there's just something about you, like, and it could even be something. Maybe you're completely innocent up until now, and there's some cases I've heard people say, like, I just feel like in the future, like there's just you're gonna do like, and it's just fuck
that
you.
would be creepy too.
But who knows? Come on, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, but then you do it and you think back and you're like, oh fuck.
Well, again, this
That
chick
person called
stabbed
it.
this guy that she got high with. There's been cases where people have blamed. I mean, come on, the Mansons, like that whole thing where it's like using substances to alter the mindset of someone's whole identity, where they now find this one
He
thing
did
and
it.
attack into
Joe,
it.
Joe Exotic did it.
Come on,
He used it to his advantage.
you're just doing it to yourself, and you're finding that thing. And now again, I'm not justifying. Yeah, the guy probably is a piece of shit.
Even at the time, I didn't know what I was going through. It was my very first time on mushrooms.
Well, we don't have people to help us appropriately trip sit this way.
Yeah.
Back in the day, our ancestors would call them shamans, medicine people that you would go to for these crazy, unexplainable chemical imbalances that happens within us.
Yeah.
Now,
Someone who was able to actually put it into words. Because a lot of the times, I always tell people,
not even into words,
or
like,
at least an explanation or an understanding.
well, it's
That first time after I tripped, when I woke up, I knew everything I felt, but I couldn't talk about it.
right.
Like I couldn't.
There's
bring
no
it up.
words. Yeah, or you couldn't bring it up.
Yeah.
There's that. But imagine, like, so in these situations where it's tribally accepted, where we put it, who is the people that we entrust with these? It's always the ones that have the highest tolerances on these substances.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, there's a ritual where they're doing it with you.
And there's certain ones I want to try, but I want them properly in the rituals. I want to show respect to what they are known for.
What does that mean, though? Because like your idea,
Appreciating ancient cultures,
Well,
and new and learn things that we don't
that's
know
some-
yet by
that's
doing
some-
this.
that's some white shit. That's like, because it's like you're a person
Don't
too.
turn this into me appropriate.
See, here we go. No, think about it though. Think about it. Like
I can't win here.
You're just a person. You're a human, and you looking to get advice from another human on the right way to do this. You're just asking someone it's a blind leading the blind. They don't fucking know. This is a power trip for them. They like to have this gate key.
So they're just the dom.
They're
and I'm
fucking.
the sub.
I'm telling you right now, dude. What is it? Psychedelic tourism is a thing where you have tourists that are looking for this specific experience that makes it feel primal. And a
it's
lot of
really not.
these people today,
it's just commercialized.
dude, we're disconnected. You know, I truly feel the people today, like a lot of the people, the majority of the people at least I met, like are so disconnected from the ways that the old traditions used to be to claim like you're just fanboying.
Now it's all been caught on and edited with a camera.
Now it's just so different. It's so different on so many levels. Not just
Now,
by the
Are you
influencer.
saying though you'd get the same experience eating ayahuasca in the back alley?
The same way you have like internal experiences when you do these things, it's a personal thing. You know, it's a connection. That's the best part about these things is you don't need anyone. You just do this thing,
You learn,
and then you have
find
your
out for yourself.
own. Like it's an all of us.
Yeah.
There's some people that have a lifestyle where they're more socially accepted to do this thing, and then everyone gravitates them as like the experienced person.
As the shaman.
But no, that's not the way it is today. And that's how I feel. And if anyone feels a certain way, then prove me wrong. Bring me your drugs and let's do them. Just saying. But no, like I truly feel like you don't need it. It just feels like organized religion in the negative sense.
Organized drugness.
Where it's like, I need you to get this. And you're just another person. You're another human being, you know, that
You're just going to a commercialized plug.
Yeah, and I'm not. That's where I immediately get turned off. Where I'm like, no, because I can find this myself, and I can figure out by myself how to do it. Now there are trials and errors. Going back to when you're saying there's times where you overdid it, you kind of have to, but there is a way to just turn it up. So instead of going from 5 to 11, you know, you go to 5 to 5.01.
Yeah.
You know, and that's.
No, I went from 1 to 11.
And again, because we don't know any better, you know, and that's on the people that don't look at adults in America as adults. They don't trust us with this information. They don't trust us with these substances. And again, maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. That's a discussion for people that like to argue. But when we're talking
I
about,
feel like there's a fat amount of people that I don't trust.
no, of course, yeah, and that's the thing. And a lot of the 99% of these people.
Well, after the way you just made me feel, I don't even trust you. I'll go do it myself.
And I don't want people to do it around me. That's what I tell myself, you know.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of friends that have trusted me to be that trip sitter.
Yeah.
You know, I've had plenty of people fucking tripping balls on my couch. You know, and I'm not the one that did it.
And
but
you're just like watching TV, doing your family shit.
I'm just doing my thing, you know. But that was like, it's just, I understand that I have a way to make them feel safer about exploring these things.
And
That
it's the knowledge and just how much time you've put
had
into
to.
learning about this.
if you're gonna put it, you know, do it. Like if you're gonna do it, do it. Like that's the way I look at
I
it.
would take weird substances from a bag and
Yes,
snort it.
Yes, I understand that, and I understand that, but it's the same equivalent of like you meeting a girl and you guys doing your thing and it's getting hot and heavy, but right before you go into that moment where it's like we're doing it, you got to be like, wait, let's go get tested.
Yeah.
That patience and that whole thing, it ruins it. Like for most people, for me,
But also, if those willing
I needed
to
to
do it,
know.
it'll show that it is worth it.
it's worth it. There's a different experience that comes after that, knowing that you have the whole paper
Yeah.
result of like, oh, we are green
And then
light.
just edge yourself for 3 days while
Man.
you wait on the results.
Crazy,
Advice.
you know?
Here we go. Next segment. Dad advice.
Oy.
So dad advice.
But-
All right. Potty training. Here's the thing. Now, as a stay-at-home dad, I got to deal with it with a girl, and that was tough because I'm not a girl. What I
Right.
would do when they're really young is just get them in the habit of, here's this place that we do this thing in. So, like you said, they're already going to bug you because you're taking a shit. Like, I've been taking a shit, and I can hear my daughter's footsteps.
Arthur throws
Running.
toys under the bathroom door. while I'm
Oh,
taking a
no. So my daughter, we don't lock the door.
shit. He can't open the
He
door.
can't
yet,
open the
so-
door. So that time when they just boom, look through, and my daughter's about to shit herself because I'm on the toilet, you know,
Yeah.
and like we've had that accidents where it's like she'll be like, "Oh, I gotta go," because she waits fucking last second to go, and then she runs, and then her mom's on the toilet, and then
And
she
then
just pisses herself.
You can't be too mad at
No,
that.
you can't be mad at all. You can't be mad to them.
Yeah.
Of course, inside I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You
But-
could have told me when you felt it.
Yeah, and then, so now it's more of like, well, yeah, they don't know any better. They're idiots, you know. So you got to tell them every like 45 minutes. Let's go. Like even if you don't have to do anything, I would sit around there. We're just hanging out. We're just talk.
Just to get in the habit of
Just in the
needing
habit.
to go.
Yeah, and I would try to make it engaging. You know, it's where it's like I don't want her to be distracted and be quiet.
Did you poop? Here's a goldfish.
Yeah, no, yeah, right. Oh, so yeah, when it came to
You're all
those
shake,
moments,
roll over.
yeah, yeah, pat them on the head. So yeah, no, I wanted them just to get into the habit of like, all right, this is what we gotta do. I also don't want them to rush it, because like that's a thing as an adult. Like, don't fucking rush me. Like, I'm not gonna push anything
Yeah.
for your ass. Like, fuck you. No,
This is my time.
this is my ass, and I'm gonna take my time. So like, I want my kids to have the same mentality where it's like, no, be healthy about going to the restroom.
And
This
don't
is
be
a-
ashamed about having
Don't
to
be
go to the restroom.
It's a natural thing.
I remember being young in elementary school, a teacher telling me no
Yeah.
so many times.
To
And
go
I-
you can't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
didn't piss myself or nothing
Sure.
that time. But I went home and I told my parents like they wouldn't let me go.
Yeah.
And they were like, if you ever really have to go to the bathroom and they tell you no, you fucking go.
Yeah.
And
You don't need a pass
Yeah.
for nature.
Yeah, no. So you want me to fucking piss on your desk?
Yeah, and then it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm right here, and that's your problem.
Now, from a teacher's standpoint,
Yeah.
kids are little bastards,
They are.
and they'd be exploiting
They
that. But
I
how can
have-
you tell?
I
That's
have.
That's a dangerous game to try to pick and choose who's lying and who isn't.
Right.
Because I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
I had to fucking piss.
Yeah.
And I was like pacing around class.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, if you just want to go out there to fuck around,
That's a good act. Just pace. You're
No,
playing it thick.
I do it here. If
Yeah,
I'm doing this
see,
too
and
much.
oh, see? Go piss.
I don't have to right now. I was doing an example, but
Uh,
and I will if I really had to. I would drop mid-recording.
no, we've done it. I'll edit it. The magic of editing.
Luckily, I can tell you when it hits me. I'm like,
Sure.
all right, I gotta piss.
But I'll never hold you back. Just know that.
Yeah, you're like, if you go piss, you're off the pod.
That's it,
go,
bro.
I'd go piss.
Just know you walk away from this seat.
You want me to piss in your seat?
Who told you I'm into that?
Shit, I just got a permanent spot on the pod.
Oh man, we got off the rails here.
we weren't even on a train anymore.
Potty breaks. So yeah, frequent potty breaks. Get them used to being on the toilet. There's on Amazon. We already gave away ours, which I also felt weird giving away, just because it was like I cleaned the shit out of it. Trust me. I mean, pun intended.
That's what everyone says who takes shit to Goodwill.
But that was one of those moments where I'm like, just because like we're boys, like I'm not gonna leave you with something that wouldn't want to receive myself.
Yes.
So, but it was just a seat cover because I didn't want the little fucking. We had some bought for us,
Yeah.
you know, and we never used them.
It's just gross, like reusable
Stupid.
diapers.
No, it's dumb. It's dumb. No, there's a better way.
I'm not sticking a reusable shit diaper in my washer.
Yep. No. So I just found a little ladder, attachment with a seat that goes on top of
Like a
the
little
toilet
pull
that you
ladder?
use. Huh?
Like a little pull ladder.
Yeah. Yeah. Like just like a little. Yeah. Just like a little. Yeah. A little pull, and it adjusts. So as they get older, the less steps you'll need and whatnot. So yeah, you want something that goes. Am I fucking tired? Am I boring you right now?
No.
Giving you dad advice?
No. I'm just going through.
Fuck!
I'm going through my own life, and your boy's tired.
And this is where I'll just talk for like another hour, and then just wah 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 wah.
1 hour
And-
later, I'm all.
Yeah, and then they're potty trained.
Oh, a potty training.
That's it.
No, I'm
So,
kidding.
what? Even all those fancy stuff though, it didn't work. Like it was something that I was doing, and I was doing it frequently, and it wasn't working. She still had accidents and all the whole thing and I had every fucking advice under the sun from relatives and friends and on the internet. What worked?
Oh, it worked for my kid. Well, my kid's not your kid,
Yep.
motherfucker.
What worked for our kid was temporary tattoos. Reward system.
Okay.
I would give her a temporary tattoo
When she went to the bathroom.
when she did it in the toilet.
Oh, nice.
And then she
So
was
you just-
tatted, face tats.
So you gotta find the reward that is
Yeah.
worth it to them to
I
go
mean-
and do that.
If they're struggling, some kids just take to it, you know. But like I remember my wife, she mentioned that what worked for her, she wanted cool graphics on her little panties, cool underwear. Cool underwear's cool. When you go from diapers and the incentive is you get your favorite character
It's a bluey underwear
on your draws, bro. Fuck yeah! But the only way you can get them is if you don't ruin them, kind of thing. Once you ruin them, we gotta toss them, and then,
Yeah.
So it's that whole like,
So
well,
I've heard that one a lot
I'd rather
too.
have
Is like
that.
put them in some real underwear and see how they like being wet.
now that was the other thing was like they just know not to do it when it happens. So you put them in it, you let them go, and have that accident.
And back to my earliest memory, I just remember knowing how to pee.
Well, I mean, I don't remember that far back.
But I'm saying as far back as you can remember, you just knew how to pee. You don't remember learning it.
Thought about like
I have one memory of being real young
Yeah.
and running around without a diaper and
Uh-huh.
shitting on my pillow and my Theo whooping my ass.
because I mean that's
I was
that's
running around
yeah,
without a
that's
diaper,
justice.
but I
yeah.
wasn't potty trained yet.
Justifiable.
And that's just one of those random early memories.
Right,
I
right,
can't
right.
remember everything that surrounded, but I remember being potty trained, defying, and getting spanked.
This is embarrassing. I haven't had an embarrassing story like that. I had too big of shits where like my parents had to help me shit in a toilet, but just because they were so big, I was like constipated
one just-
as a kid.
One was just pushing on your belly, and the other one
They
was
had like
holding you
these
on the toilet.
silicone tweezers.
Oh shit!
Literally,
Literally,
shit is right, sir.
The only time I've ever shit a
Yeah.
football was on a bunch of pain pills.
I
I could have used those tweezers.
now try being a toddler with huge shit problem, and I could imagine being a parent having to deal with your kid just medically having too big of
People would
shit.
ask your parents, "Oh, so how's Jesse doing?" He shits bigger than any person I've ever seen.
You know, it's like Benjamin Button. But when you're
shit-wise-
young, you take man shits.
and now you take baby shits.
Now I got goat, like I shit like a rabbit.
Shit like a deer. Just dropping them in little piles as you walk along.
I've shit like 3 times since this pod.
Just shitting Cadbury eggs.
Speaking of which, it is almost Easter. Make sure you go to the Sholo Park. I was going back to our plug format. It's like
Speaking of shitting Cadbury eggs, happy 420, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, happy 420. I'm
think
pretty mean.
Yeah, but I'm mean before the weed, and then I smoke
No.
weed, and then I feel bad for being mean.
Not anymore. I can be angry on weed.
I wish I could say I couldn't.
I could.
But usually I get real angry before I smoke weed, and then I smoke weed, and I have that moment of clarity where I'm like,
That clarity, though.
It's called getting high.
But that clarity I've had, and I am intolerant of stupidity at that point. So it just brings a different anger, where it's like, God, we're all fucked. And it starts with me.
No, I'm saying getting
starts with
high
me.
brings the guilt of me being that angry
The
before
guilt.
I got high.
Wait, no, it brings it more out of me
Once
when
you
I'm
get
high.
oh no, it calms
Because
me
it's like in
down.
the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm reverse actually. Now that I think about it, I'm a little more chill, like just
Oh,
not on it,
I
sober.
I have zero chill.
But as soon as like the things internally, like I'm fighting back. I have a lot of pet peeves. Like I got a lot of things I get angry about.
You
But-
all know what my pet peeve is. Leaving consume through the entrance.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. See, and then you get high, and then you don't care. People keep going through there. Or
No.
would you get high and be like, oh, no, and then you just go down this rabbit hole of hate?
I still stand by my anger, but I get high. I'm like, I didn't have to say it like that.
Oh, no. And then do you think of different, like, worse ways of telling them?
No, I think of better ways of telling you to fuck yourself.
Being high, being mad at something just justifies my anger at it.
If I get high and I'm still mad, then yes, it does.
Because I end up coming up with like math on why I hate them.
But then when I get high and then I realize I didn't need to be that mad, that's a thing too.
It's like either way you look at it, you're gonna be fucking pissed.
Well,
like don't feel bad for being pissed.
I went and treated people though that it wasn't their fault.
No, maybe they needed it
solely because I didn't have my head on right, and weed
maybe they're sex
keep
offenders.
my head on right.
Would you feel bad if they were sex offenders?
I mean, if I knew that going into it,
that's what I mean.
That type of speculation is heavy.
Did they have black auras around them? Maybe you should take some drugs and then get an aura from them and then treat them like shit. Would that make you feel better?
I didn't come here to be attacked today.
You haven't watched any of our podcasts.
I did not come here to accidentally say I condone the KKK and dislike black auras. And then my luck tomorrow, I'm going to meet a black dude named Aura.
Oh my god, that's great!
And he's going to be a dick, and I'm going to have to like him to not be racist.
This is what Small Town Dads is about. We go and we say whatever the fuck we want about what we want, and you're going to find humor or not.
You'll find humor, maybe a little sadness.
I don't know,
which makes it
a little real.
Funnier.
Yeah, exactly.
This one got a little real.
It got real. Yeah.
I hope they get a little bit of the realness.
I'm gonna have a real fucking tough time editing this. Well, that's been Small Town Dads. I'm your host, Jesse Regalado.
And I am Gabriel Lee Nelson.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the future.
Much love.
Just some small town dads living in the White Mountains.